You telling me you went through all that, obtained all that information, and now you just want to store that God energy inside of you and not follow that second commandment or that second greatest commandment to love your brother like you love yourself? Who do you work for? Who do you work for? Because when you go to Chase Bank tomorrow and go to work, when you go to Halliburton tomorrow and go to work, when you go to Bed Bath & Beyond tomorrow and go to work, let them hire a new employee. You're going to be like, yeah, this is what we do. On Mondays, we do this. On Tuesdays, we do this. You're going to be a faithful servant. You're going to be a faithful ass servant. You're going to be working overtime. You're going to be training people for free on how to navigate in the workforce. But you won't help your brothers and sisters navigate the game of life. You ain't shit. Hey, these brothers. Man, I know y'all getting ready to get ready for church, man, and a lot of people are getting ready to spend time with family. It's Sunday. Hope you're enjoying some nice weather. Get out, wash the vehicle, turn some blocks, hit some day parties. Take the wife, take the fam out for dinner, hang with the boys, whatever it is you do on Sunday, man. So I'm sending y'all good vibes, brothers. But I want to talk about something, man. And I really want to, a lot of times I'll say I'm making content and I'm only speaking to 10%, 5% of brothers watching the video. But right now I'm speaking to about 90, 95% of brothers that are watching this video. And what I want to talk about, man, is are you dimming your light? Are you dimming your light? Because at this point in your life, man, if you're still dimming your light, and when I say dimming your light, not let every single thing on the deepest part of you connected to spirit come out to surface and exude out into the world. If you're dimming your light at this point, brothers, I'm going to tell you straight up, it's blasphemy. Not only is it blasphemous, brothers, it's selfish. Not only is it selfish, it's weak. It's weak to be a man that knows a certain thing, has a certain understanding, understands source, and denies it to fit in the world. And I ask myself, that's what I ask myself, man. I say, is it that we forget as men? Or maybe it's just soul is the only one that's gone through something deep and dark enough to connect to source on a different level. Like maybe y'all ain't never been in a position, man, where you trying to figure out how that light bill gonna get paid and you ain't got but a day and a half left to get paid before they cut it off. Maybe y'all can't remember back then when life was like that. Maybe some of y'all haven't been in position yet, man, where you go in and you grocery shopping with your last few dollars and you coming out and you looking and hoping that your vehicle is still out there. Hoping that the repo man ain't pulled up and got you. Maybe some of y'all can't identify with that. Maybe y'all haven't seen enough challenges, man, where you were put in a position where you were like, you know what? I understand that the fact that I came out of this, I understand, man, that it was all source. Like I called all the plays I could call. It was all source that got me through this. Not just once, but several times. I'm saying think back over the last 5, 10, 15 years, 25 years. And remember that. And my question is, did y'all forget to go through that, man, and come out of that, man, and understand what took place, and then put that mask back over your face to fall back to sleep, just so you can fit into society? I'm saying if that's you, brother, I'm saying it's blasphemous. I'm saying it's selfish. I'm saying it's weak. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you know too much to be dimming your light. And why do you do it? And when I say dim your light, when I say you should be, really all I'm saying is this, man. Because it ain't about everybody getting in a pulpit, building a church. It ain't about everybody getting on YouTube and making videos about certain things. but it should be in every single thing. Kind of like I tell you, the brothers in the power circle all the time. This is pretty much how I end every meeting, man. I say, you know what? Let's go out and let's be beacons, brother. Let's be those beacons of light that all these other men need. And it's not about us going outside and talking and speaking. It's about how we move. It's about how we think. It's about our conduct. Because that light, when a man moves in a certain in a certain way, it comes out of his pores, bro. I remember, man, when I was young, I'm gonna tell you, all I wanted to do was be I wanted to do auto body, man. I want to have my own body shop. And even as a youngster, 18, 19, I still remember saying, you know what, man, I'm gonna have my body shop, bro. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be nice music, nice paint. Like, it's gonna be set up nice. But when a man walks in there, it's gonna be about really what I'm doing right now, what I'm doing on YouTube right now, what I speak about when I do talking, what I'm talking about. That's what the foundation of my business was gonna be. I didn't know what it was gonna look like, but because it was gonna be who I was. It's who I am. So all I'm saying is, brothers, man, that deepest part of you, that understanding, that connection to source, if it's in you, man, and you're waking up every single day to suppress it, blasphemy, bro. Blasphemy. I remember this old schooler, man. Man, dear to me, still dear to me, man. I was in my 20s, and me and this brother would sit down and have some deep conversations. And I say deep, man, because I can remember this is when I was just now coming into a lot of what I know now. As far as, like, you know, the way I look at religion, the way I look at Jesus, the way I look at the crucifixion, the way I look at prayer, the way I look at all this. Like, this is when all those doors were just now starting to open. And me and this old schooler would talk. And before me and him would talk, man, I would see how he moved. Very good man. Very, very, man, well respected in the community, right? And me and he would have these talks. And I'm sitting there telling him things that I just came, you know, aware of. And he's like, yeah. Like, you on point. And me and him would go back and forth for hours, speaking on esoteric knowledge, speaking on the true meaning of things, right? And this brother would get up from that conversation, put his mask back on, and fall back into the world, singing the same songs, believing the same things. Or not believing, but pretending to believe the same things. I'm like, how does he do that? I'm like, we're sitting there having an understanding. But he'll get up from this chair, get up from this sitting, man, put that mask on, dim his light, and go back in the world just to fit in. And I'm telling you, brothers, right now, man, if you're doing that, you're weak. The Bible says something about when a man loses his savor and he's no longer a salt of the earth, he shall be plucked out. And I know it's something like that. I don't know where it is, but it's saying. When you become of no use, when you become a man that don't want to when you want to suppress that God energy in you, why do I still have you there? Why do you still want to be in position? Why do you still want all these blessings and healing and prosperity come on your life when you ain't standing on business? Why? So I'm asking y'all, brothers, man, are you dimming your light? Did you forget? Because if not, man, it's a swift kick in the balls of God. It's a swift kick in the balls of God. Every single thing you do, man, and I'll say this. Like, and I'll say this. Like, I always say that I didn't start living life, man, until I was 44 years old. 44 years old. And that's when I finally said, you know what, man, like, life it's done so many things. I've learned so many lessons that, you know what, of course, over the years, I'll let my light shine. I'll speak my truth. I'll do X, Y, Z. But then I saw not only did I see caps in life that I could never get past unless I fully plugged in, but I also understood that true fulfillment, true living doesn't take place until you report directly to source. Until you report directly to source, brothers, I'm telling you, you are not living. And that doesn't mean, oh, well, if I go directly to source, are you telling me I can't go to church and be a Christian or be a whatever, other religions? Or are you saying I can't go to Jumu'ah and prostrate 5 times a day? No, it ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. Like those are practices. Those are beautiful things for people that understand them and put them in the right priority and move about them right. But regardless of what you call yourself, you still should be plugged into source. Because once you plug in the source, you realize that all these differences we made, Islam, Christianity, Republican, you realize it's all such a lower level. I mean, I'm not saying don't participate in it if you want to play the game, but it's all such a lower level, man, of the game. Like, you aren't living until you plug in the source, bro. I'm gonna tell you this, man. When I go to bed at night, I don't care if I done put in a 20-hour day. When I go to bed at night, man, and I'm tired, of course, man, I'm trying to gather my thoughts so I can take the right thoughts and ideas into the 5th dimension to create. But at the same time, brother, I'm going to sleep saying, man, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow. I can't wait to come back to this place when I wake up tomorrow. I can't wait to worship again. I can't wait to let my light shine again. I can't wait to put the work in again. And I'm not saying I can't wait to wake up because life is a certain way. I'm not saying confetti is falling from the sky. I'm not saying the bank account is always doing a certain thing. I'm saying even when life is presenting challenges, even when life is presenting hurdles in front of me, even when I know I got to wake up the next day and gotta figure out a game plan. I got to figure out a way to call that play properly. I got to figure out a way to get past the workload that I've created for myself. I got to figure out how to structure a business model right. And I don't know how to do it yet. I still wake up, man, enjoy, because I'm like, bro, the fact that I'm plugged directly into source, it's like I'm playing the game now. Like, I understand why a lot of people have fear in life. When you don't understand that, when you don't know how to go directly to the plug, bro, this place is scary. You talking about the government preaching fear down. You talking about hell and brimstone from the other side. It's like, bro, what do I do but live in fear? And all I'm saying, man, is man, you need to, not only am I saying you need to put yourself in position where you're above all that, I'm saying in order to do that, you got to let that light inside of you shine. You got to let that light inside of you shine, brothers. Stop suppressing yourself, man, for wifey, for family, for your husband, if some of y'all sisters are watching. Stop suppressing yourself for your employer. Stop suppressing yourself, man, for the members of whatever you worship. Stop suppressing yourself, man. Like I said in the singular truth. Y'all haven't got singular truth right now, man. I don't understand. But like I said in the singular truth, you can know when you're living in a singular truth. You can know when you're plugged into source directly. You can know when you're walking in your I am. You can know when you're living in a state of prayer, when you're the same person in every single room. I don't even know but a handful of people that can do that. I can probably count on both of my hands. So in other words, I probably know 10 people or less personally. I'm talking about people, man, where I can pick up the phone and call them directly, or people that can just come up and show up, personally. I probably know 10 people or less, and I'm giving grace with 10. 10 people or less that's walking in a singular truth. That's plugged directly into Pablo, like I said on a few videos ago. And to me, man, it's like if a person isn't living in that right now, it's like, man, you're pretty much you're just not standing on business, man. It's blasphemy at this point. Like I'm always saying, man, y'all brothers know too much not to move in the order that you know you should be moving in. You know too much. But the thing is, a lot of things we ask for. Oh, well, I'm trying to get out of this job, man. I'm trying to find a certain level of freedom. I'm trying to find a certain caliber of woman. I'm trying to move out of this city, man, and get to bigger and better things. It's like, God is saying, say less. Like it's not even about me blessing you at this point. Like all the blessings are done. All the gifts are given. Like God is on the sideline right now, just watching us play the game. Like in other words, like there's nothing else I can do. Everything is done. Everything you can ask for is already complete. I'm just watching y'all play the game at this point. But y'all trying to play the game and dim your light at the same time. In other words, going to some PlayStation type talk. Y'all are trying to be Pro Bowlers on Madden, but instead of having that skill set at 99, y'all trying to dim it down to 49. Y'all trying to dim it down to 22 and still be a Pro Bowler. Like you know how to play the game. You've mastered it. You got a full lantern of light on the inside of you. But you're like, nah, man, I want to be held on high, but let me suppress that thing. Let me suppress those ways that got me out of the mud. Let me suppress those things that source tells me directly that I want to keep to myself. That's selfish, man. That's selfish, bro. It's selfish. For you to know a certain thing, for you to have a certain level of understanding, for you to have been given the ability and the blessing to get past some hurdle you saw no way of getting past it, and you come out on the other side to put your mask back on and puff your chest out, it's weak. It not saying that you're a weak man, but you're a weak servant. You're a weak soldier. You got to move around this thing, man, like you're official, bro. Y'all know too much not to be standing on the shit that y'all know, bro. And what I'm saying is what you know is the same thing that will give you all these things you're asking for. It's the law. You're asking for all these things. And it's like, man, if you just take that lampshade off for 5 seconds, man, and say, you know what? This is what it is. This is who I am. This is what source is. And just let that exude out of your pores, man, your life will never be the same. Stop playing small, man. Stop acting like you don't know what in the hell is going on. Stop acting like that, bro. Because at some point in time, man, it's not even at some point in time. It's already that time. It's blasphemy, man. Like what the world is doing right now. The world needs men like us. A lot of these brothers, man, that are coming up as teenagers, some of these brothers that are young, 21, 25-year-old men, they need us to walk in our light. They need us to walk in our authority. A lot of these women that are walking around and they moving like the sexy reds, or they moving ratchet, or they jumping on every stick, they need men to walk in a certain order. Like the only reason the world is jacked up is because we aren't walking how we're supposed to walk. This world would govern itself the very moment we all say, you know what, this is what it is. Let me let my light shine. Let me let my knowledge exude out of my pores. The moment we do that, kids are going to start acting right. Laws will start being established right. Women will stop being hoes. It's on us. And at the same time we do all that, all the things we're asking for will be given to us. You want that big house on the hill? You want that jacked up truck? It's all a part. It's your gift. It's your gift, man. And a lot of what your gift is, I'm gonna shift gears a little bit. A lot of what your gifts is, or your gifts are, say it right. A lot of what your gifts are is the knowledge that you've learned through going through your hard times in life. Like the fact that a lot of people went through certain calibers of abuse at a young age. The fact that you've been laid off from 3 or 4 jobs, the fact that you had to get certain things out the mud, the fact that you had to overcome some mental or physical illness, the fact that you grew up in a foster home, the fact that you did time in jail, or you were convicted because something. You telling me you went through all that, obtained all that information, and now you just want to store that God energy inside of you and not Follow that second commandment, or that second greatest commandment, to love your brother like you love yourself. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? Because when you go to Chase Bank tomorrow and go to work, when you go to Halliburton tomorrow and go to work, when you go to Bed Bath & Beyond tomorrow and go to work, let them hire a new employee. You're going to be like, yeah, this is what we do. On Mondays, we do this. On Tuesdays, we do this. You're going to be a faithful servant. You're going to be a faithful ass servant. You're going to be working overtime. You're going to be training people for free on how to navigate in the workforce. But you won't help your brothers and sisters navigate the game of life. You ain't shit. You ain't shit, bro. I'm going to tell you this, man. And at this point in my life, I ain't going to even lie. I can't even pretend to hang with men like that. 3 years ago, so I could probably roll with you. I could probably have a conversation on the phone with you, man, if you were kind of still standing on bullshit. If you knew a certain thing but wasn't really moving in it, I was giving a little grace. But at this point in time, if you're scared to be you, man, if you're scared to stand on what you know, I ain't fucking with you, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not I'm just not. I'm just not I don't even have interest in being around men like that. I don't even have interest in it no more, bro. Like there's too much work for us to do. It's too much work for us to do. Look at this world, man. This world is throwed. This world is throwed, man. Young men are looking around for guidance. And we should understand that, because a lot of us, man, for whatever reason, whether it was divorce, whether you lost your pops, whatever it is, a lot of us came up through life with that void. A lot of us came through life without having a void of a father for whatever reason. And now we don't want to turn around and tell a generation where pretty much all fathers are outside of the house. We don't want to give them the guidance to close that gap. Make it make sense, bro. If you follow the second greatest commandment, make it make sense. If we don't want to walk in a certain order where when a woman comes in your space, she has to conduct herself a certain way or eventually be found out and kick the fuck out of your life. If we aren't moving like that, man, but we're giving passes to hoes, man. We're giving passes. And this is what's making it bad. When women, and I hear women say this all the time. I hear them say it all the time. When women get online and they see men moving in a certain manner, whether it's men that are winning financially, men that are just kind of moving responsible, they think that it's favorable to move in that low vibrational energy. And since it's been going on so long, that's just why the majority of women move in a prostitutish, not even lower than that in some cases, type energy. The only reason women like let's keep it 100. Women are moving. The majority of women are moving just sour right now. That's a whole nother conversation. It's a man's best bet right now to stay focused on his journey, on his mission, and just put women on the back burner. To be honest, and if the right one comes up, she'll show her face. Women are moving foul, but all I'm saying is the day we choose to say, you know what, like us as men that know what we know, that report directly to source, like we're only going to hold a certain standard. If the far majority, if 95% of us move like that, brother, what are they going to do? The thoughts will have to govern themselves accordingly. So everything we see in this world, every single thing, even if we can't find a way to point it back to ourselves, brothers, everything that's going on wrong in this world is our fault. 100% of it. 100% of it. And any man that differs in that, man, I just don't associate with it. And I can't not believe that and know who I am at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Any man that's understanding he's walking in that God authority and not want to take responsibility for everything in his presence, everything on this globe, He still lacks a level of understanding. And all I'm saying, man, as soon as we stop dimming our light and conducting ourselves and walking in what we know, this world's going to change instantly. I'm not even talking about a 20-year turnaround. I'm talking about instantly. When people wake up and see me and doing a certain way, everybody has to govern themselves. You think these little badass kids want to act crazy at school? You know what I'm saying? Let some of these fathers, pull up like my pops used to pull up back in the days. Yeah, I tried that for 5 minutes trying to show out in class. I woke up one day in elementary, man, looked to the right, and them little glass windows in the school door, I saw my pops facing that little glass door and him telling me to come outside. Oh, them days were over, bro. Them days were over. I knew how to conduct myself. Because a man on this planet saying, no, that's not how things are going to be ran. That's not how things are going to be ran. Even like when I look at the way my sister conducts herself, the way she's conducted herself as a young lady, it's because my pops, even at a young age, even though my pops passed away when my sister was, I don't know, 17, 18, 16, somewhere in there, 18, 19, he had already instilled a governing energy in her. So my sister conducts her, like you ain't finna see my sister ass online. You ain't finna see all that. You won't see it. So all I'm saying is this, brothers. We have to stop being weak men. We have to start standing on business. We have to be men. We have to be men that move in a certain authority. We have to be men that are plugged directly into Pablo. We have to be men that stop dimming our light, brothers.